Hey guys, I have 3 clears for the limited time illusory tower floor 5. First one's going to use blue Gojo. For the backup buffer debuffer, you can use Yuta, Geto, Kakuganji, SSR Momo, probably even SR Momo. It really depends. But ideally, probably Yuta or Geto. You can even use blue Megumi if you're not going to use DE Megumi. But yeah, because we are using DE Megumi, one of these 3 debuffers or SSR Momo. Of those 4 support units, SSR Momo is the worst one, so I'm just going to bring her to show you guys that this stage really doesn't require too much. This is the setup, these are the recollections. It's a pretty simple stage. You can bring Unity on Yaga if you want, but I'm bringing Mutual Trust to reduce the RNG a little bit. Because if you bring Unity, there's a good chance that your Yaga and Toge might just get killed on turns 1 or 2. So we're not going to start buffing yet. And we're going to start stacking Pride. Okay, we're getting pretty lucky there, but most of the time no one will die if you have this kind of setup. Now we'll start buffing, and then we'll use this taunt on Toge. Hopefully none of the bugs hit him. Oh, unfortunate. It would have been nice if you got one more skill 3 off, but it doesn't really matter. Your Megumi is most likely going to get his ult up by turn 3 with this kind of setup, if the bugs did enough of those AoE debuffing moves that they do. So it should be pretty consistent. Now we're going to skill 2 the boss here once with Gojo. Continue self-buffing. Your Yaga is very likely to die at some point during this sequence. Okay, nice. One more self-buff. So the boss has around 10 million HP. With a debuffer like Yuta or Kakuganji or Blue Geto, my Gojo ult would do around 16 million probably to this boss. But even with SSR Momo or even SR Momo, because their buffs are identical, it should be able to one-shot this boss on turn 6. Maybe not quite, we'll see. Yeah, I mean buffs are just that much weaker than debuffs, so it does, because I'm using a buffer instead of a debuffer, I'm doing around 7 million less damage on Gojo, which is still okay for this stage because, I mean, he's gonna die this turn anyways. But yeah, as you can see, much better to use debuffers when you can, so Kakuganji, Geto, or Yuta. Kakuganji might have a lot of trouble surviving if he gets targeted, so you might want to bring one of the other ones instead. Now I'm going to show you guys the clear using Domain Gojo with Blue Megumi and Sukuna as well. The Sukuna one was in my other video, but some of you guys might not have seen it, so I'm going to include it in this one too. Again, Geto and Kakuganji are your best buffers here because we only really need to debuff the boss. Debuffing the minions doesn't really matter because they're going to die anyways. Yuta is the worst out of the 3, you know, Yuta, Geto, and Kakuganji, so I'm going to bring Yuta just to show you guys that his debuffs are still pretty good. We're going to bring this Recollection. I think everyone got it for free. It gives you an extra 10% damage dealt to all allies if the enemy weakness is blue, and also gives them another 20% for 1 turn, so it's a 30% damage dealt buff for blue, which is pretty good. This is the setup we're going to run. Again, you can bring Unity if you want, if you don't have Mutual Trust, but bringing Mutual Trust lowers the RNG a bit. With a domain Gojo setup, we're going to be buffing starting from turn 1. We don't really need to wait. Let's pop this Recollection. Start stacking Pride. If you don't have LMS, you can bring an excellent shape on Gojo, and that's fine too. We're gonna taunt this turn. Now we start debuffing on Yuta. That's all he really needs to do. We're going to ult. If you got lucky with the bugs doing their AoE move a lot, then your Yaga will have ult next turn, and you can just use that instead. But we didn't get lucky this round, but it doesn't really matter. With Unity, obviously you would have gotten his ult up, so that's a plus, but again, there's more RNG in the build-up because you don't have the extra CE or damage reduction on that first turn. Now we're going to ult on Sukuna. We don't really need to wait for the second Pride stack. It's better to just get rid of the annoying minions and then finish off the boss when it's broken. Huge bleed damage. And then we're not gonna even... Oh, I should have used Yuta's Recollection there. I forgot to do that. I probably would have one-shot the boss if I did that. Okay, as you can see, very simple. And then the variation with Megumi is pretty similar, but obviously Megumi doesn't do as crazy damage. But it still works great. I pretty much maxed out my Megumi in preparation for his SP buffs. As you can see, he's grade 15, all the nodes. I don't really have any more scale crystals left, but once I have some, I'll probably put some into him as well. He's not like great by any means, even after his SP buffs, but he's pretty good, and I'll be able to show you guys ways to 10-star the sweep battle using him instead of Sukuna. There'll be some cool setups. So he's definitely worth investing into if you don't have Sukuna. So same thing on turn 1, just start buffing immediately and start stacking Pride. Nice, we're getting lucky with the AoE abilities, so he's probably going to have his ult up when we want it to be up. Now we taunt. Yeah, as you can see, we're going to have ult up next turn because the bugs did enough of their AoE abilities. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine actually. Now we're going to ult. Now we're gonna consume one Pride stack to... Okay, so first we're gonna ult the boss, hit the boss with skill 1, and we're gonna skill 2 the boss here to consume one of our pride stacks and also put this 15% blue curse technique damage taken increase for 3 turns because it's nice to have on him. I found that it's actually more damage to do this than to go for a double pride stacked skill 2 after the ult. So this feels a bit better. Now we're going to pop this, use this skill 2, and then do a double pride stacked ult on the boss. This is guaranteed to break the boss, if your Megumi is as strong as mine is, or at least close. And now we will skill 2, and finish off the boss here with a skill 2. It might not be this turn, it might take one more turn, but we'll see. Looks like one more turn, which is fine. Let's finish him off with Megumi. As you can see, even with Yuta, who is not a great debuffer compared to Geto and Gakuganji, the clear is pretty smooth. Okay, I hope these were helpful, and I hope that this covers all the tracks, all the bases in terms of the boxes you guys have. If there's anything else that you guys want to ask or want to see in regards to limited floors, definitely let me know in the comments and I'll try to get to it. Okay, I hope these are helpful. Bye guys.